Good morning, Instagram world. So, I just wanted to come on here and talk for a moment. I just came back from the grocery store, my local supermarket, Price Right. You know what's funny? So, I haven't shopped at Price Right in over, I would say, at least 7 or 8 months, right? I finally decided, you know what, because we on a budget over here and we've been broke for a while now. These past 2 weeks, oh my God, my financial situation has been a hot pickle, right? So normally I do takeout 7 days a week. I'm like, okay, you cannot spend that recklessly, right? It's almost like when things hit you so hard, and they hit you left, they hit you right, they hit you up, they hit you down, they hit you from side to side. You just getting beat up all around, right? But you don't have to let it eat you up, right? So I'm trying to channel my emotions, and I'm trying to, it's appropriate to feel because we're human beings, but to not hold tightly to these emotions, because these emotions are temporary. And though I'm affected today, 5 months from now, I won't be feeling the same way, right? And I don't have to feel the same way, right? So acknowledge these emotions and take them in, understand them, but then release them, right? So there's just been a lot going on these past few weeks, and these past few weeks I have been self-reflecting a lot and just looking more inwardly, and trying to understand things and continue to understand. I've always been understanding, but just trying to hold on to that, even in the moments where I want to feel entitled to hold on to certain emotions, whether they be anger, whether they be sadness, whether they be frustration, whether they be disappointment. There's times where we feel those things and we feel like we deserve to feel that way. We deserve to hold on to those things because people hurt us, or situations weren't ideal, or things that happened in our life that were out of our control made us feel some type of way. And again, it's appropriate to feel. It's appropriate to because we are human, we're gonna feel those things, right? But I believe that we should practice, and it's harder, and it's easier to say this than to actually put this into place. But if you continue to practice channeling your mind in such a way, because all that this life is a perception. And when you think about things in a different light, you understand that we add meaning to life, right? Without meaning, what is it? So we can change that meaning, we can change that perception at any given time. Anyways, there's been a lot that's been happening these past few weeks, and it's almost like at times an overload, right? And if you focus on that feeling so much, it can put you in a place of hopelessness. It can put you in a place of despair. It can put you in a place of feeling like, why me? And that's what I want to stay away from. I want to not feel like, why me? Because ultimately, when I take myself out of my current emotion, my current situation, and I look at the bigger picture, I see that there's always someone in this world that has it so much worse than I have it. And I want to remember that, because that keeps me humbled, that keeps me grounded, that keeps me not feeling so victimized in certain moments, like, why me? Now, the human side of me comes out at times, and I do sometimes feel like, well, damn, why is everything hitting me left and right? Why is all this stuff happening? And then not only happening, but it's a funny way of, it happens all at once, so it's just a little bit, could be a little bit of a setback, I should say. It could be a little bit of a disappointment at times, because there's times we feel like, can I breathe? Can I take a break? Can I get a minute to gather all this information and to process it and to understand it? yesterday I was at work and somebody from a customer, I suppose, hit my car and they fled the scene. Now, I could have allowed that situation to really impact me in such a way, and if I look back on myself 4 years ago, I would have been really impacted in such a negative way. But I was choosing to see the positive side. So though they hit the car and they scraped the entire side of it, the passenger side, and they messed up the axle and they pushed the tire in, I was not involved in the accident. I was not hurt. That's a positive, right? There was a witness who witnessed the accident, right? So they were able to get a license plate for me. So that was something good to focus my energy on and not feel so victimized in that moment. Like, why did that happen to me, right? So I'm not saying the situation was not frustrating, because it was frustrating. Like, nobody wants to hear that their car is as effed up because some fool hit it and then they fled the scene. And then it's like, you just have to think, why can't people do the right thing? Like, if I hit somebody's car, I would do the right thing, and I would leave a note with my phone number, or I would leave a note with my information on it and put it on the windshield, so that way the person can contact me and we can go through their insurance, right? This person did none of that at all. This person hit my car, and then they left, right? Thankfully, one of my work associates was in her car on her break. And it's funny how things work, right? It's so funny how, yeah, something bad happened, but in that same moment, something good happened, because there was someone there to witness it. And she came in there as soon as it happened. She took the pictures and she said, somebody hit your car. And as soon as she said that to me, I just was like, I just sighed. I was like, oh my God. What the heck? You know, like, another thing added on to it. Yeah, I felt like that for a brief moment. Another thing added on to the stress I'm already dealing with. You know, no money in the account, right? Every bill in America has fell onto my lap. You know? Like, it's funny, every bill is due. Dude, you got the light bill that's due, you got the electricity, you got the car insurance that's due, you're behind on that, you got the car note that's due, you're behind on that. Dude, you just paid rent. You got all this stuff, and it seems like it just comes around so quick, you know? Like, a month really ain't no time, because you pay it, and then it feels like 2 days later you're paying the bill again, and it's like, didn't I just pay you? I swore I just paid you, you know? And then now you got this person telling you that somebody just hit your car. Like, wow, well, thanks, you know? But again, I'm gonna see the positive side and the positive aspects of that situation. The point in me, you know, coming on here is just to find a way to release, because I tend to suppress so many emotions when it comes to other people, whether I feel like they did me wrong, or when it comes to certain situations where maybe I wish I would have spoken up in the moment. Like, perfect instance. So I came inside of Price Right today because, again, we balling on a budget, and I haven't shopped at Price Right in 7 months. But when I came in here, you know, I was actually really enjoying my shopping experience. I was like, dude, I'm enjoying this. Like, I was seeing all these great prices, and I was happy, you know what I'm saying? So, basically, I was shopping and I was enjoying my time. I got to the register, and when I got to the register, the cashier did not greet me, right? And I didn't focus too much into it, you know. Now let me tell you my experience. A lot of times when I go to these establishments, when I go to these types of places, more times than not, I'm not greeted. I'm not spoken to, right? I don't get a how was your day? I don't get the total. I don't get I hope you have a nice day. I really oftentimes don't get anything. But what I do get is silence when I go to these types of establishments, and people who feel that they don't need to speak. I understand that people have bad days. We all have bad days. and I would not take it so personal if you gave the same energy to everybody. So I went to the register that this cashier was working at, and this gentleman does not greet me, does not ask me how my day was, does not give me a total, and does not make it a point to tell me to have a great day. But the person before me got a hello, hi, how are you? They got a this is your total, and they also got a I hope you have a great day today, right? And then the person after me got a hi, how are you? Oh, this is your total, I hope you have yourself a great day. But I didn't get any of that. So yeah, I am left to feel a little bit bothered by that. I'm a little bit disappointed that you spoke to the people before me and you spoke to the people after me, but you did not speak to me. Why? So initially it's like, well, what is wrong with me that you feel that you don't need to speak? No, actually, no. What is wrong with you that you feel you don't need to speak? What's wrong with you today that you felt like, I don't know, what was my energy that you felt like you didn't want to speak to me? I don't understand it. I spoke to you, I said hi, you know, you didn't really say anything back, but you didn't speak to me. Okay, that's nice. So now the shopping experience is it's been a little bit messed up. Now I'm a little bit, you know, frustrated that I didn't get spoken to. You know, it's the principle more than anything, because like I said, if he had kept the same energy for everybody else, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean, yes, you still should speak, but if you're not gonna speak, don't speak to nobody. Any person that walks through that line, don't speak to them. That's how I feel about that. So anyways, he spoke to them, and I'm bagging my stuff, because in Price Right you bag your own groceries. I'm bagging my own groceries, and I'm thinking these thoughts, and I'm now in this aggravating mood that he felt that was okay. But more frustrated with myself that now I'm suppressing these feelings and these emotions when really I want to approach him. Not in an ignorant way, not in a disgraceful way, not in a way where it makes me look worse of a person, but just let him know, hey, like, you know, I'm a little disappointed that you felt the need to speak to the person before me and the person after me, but you did not speak to me. That bothered me, right? But I didn't say that. And I told myself, you know, in this moment, and I'm gonna make it a point to do this, because this is about working on yourself and growth and growing it and continuing to grow. So I'm gonna start practicing not suppressing things. There's a way to speak and not hold it in and get your point across and be respectful and not be ignorant. And I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start small. So when I go to these grocery stores and these people don't speak, I'm gonna start letting them know that it bothers me that you felt the need not to open your mouth to me, but you opened them up to the people before you. And no, I'm not looking for anything from you in this moment, but I just wanted to let you know that bothered me, right? And maybe it'll give them something to think about in the moment. Throughout their day, when they go home, maybe they'll lay their head down at night like, wow, I didn't expect that person. Because maybe they feel that by my facial expressions I'm rude, or maybe they feel like I'm not approachable. Maybe that's why they don't speak. Maybe they feel like, oh, this guy looks like he's not in the mood to talk. But it's like, you don't know that. You don't know if I'm in the mood to talk or not. And even if I'm not, you don't know what a hi, how are you, or a hello could do for my day. You know, just you being pleasant to me in that moment. But what you don't know also is that by you talking to the person before me and you talking to the person after me, that if I am already in a mood, you made my mood worse, because now you're leaving me feeling like, well, why don't I deserve to get spoken to? Why don't I deserve the same treatment as they got? So I don't know. You know, I'm a little bit frustrated right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just a little bit frustrated. You know, I'm broke. I'm broke. Every bill in America has fell onto my lap. My car has damage to it, which is fine. It's just a material possession. It's just a car. It's cool. you know, I'm looking at the bigger picture in that situation. I'm just hoping that the person has insurance, you know, because I'm not trying to go through my insurance because they're talking about a $500 deductible. I don't know why they can't waive it, but that's fine that they can't waive it, but I need their insurance information. I need to hope that they do have insurance, because if they don't, and I'm gonna have to come up with $500 that I don't have, and I don't have $500. I don't have $2 at the moment. I actually have $23 left in my account because I just paid some bills and I just went grocery shopping, and I'm gonna spend that $23 going to the gas station to fill up the tank and hope that it lasts the full week until next week. But that has been my experience. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna do some writing today. I'm going to talk to myself in these moments of frustration and reason with myself. It's appropriate to feel these emotions, but we shouldn't want to hold on to these emotions. Process them, understand them, and then release them. Whether you have to go home and yell into a pillow, whether you have to go home and scream at the top of your lungs, whether you have to go home and write in your journal or record on your phone in your recording settings. Do something to help you release these emotions, because they only hurt you. You know, they only keep you in a stagnant place, and I want to grow, and I want to continue to grow, and I want to be around people who want to grow. I want to be around people who are able to self-reflect as well and able to look inwardly. Even when I look back on my past situations in my life, whether they be with people or whether they be situations that have played out, I've always been able to look back into those moments. Even if the moment I felt like I was right or I was deserving of a certain feeling, I'm always able to look back, whether it be a year later, and see the part that I played in it, right? Because sometimes when emotions are involved, there's a clouded judgment in that, you know, and a lot of times we feel like we deserve to victimize ourselves. And even if we don't think that we are playing a victim, in some sense, there's a victim mentality behind certain feelings and certain things. And I just want to actively practice not holding on to certain feelings, you know. And I get it that we're all at different levels and we all feel differently and we all process emotions differently, and that's different for everybody, so I understand that. But I'm just speaking for myself in this moment. I don't want to hold on to the moment. I don't want to feel entitled to keep certain feelings. I want to always understand the situation outside of myself, because there is a bigger picture. I want to always understand, even in this moment where this guy didn't talk to me, I'm trying to look at it in a different way. Maybe I looked like a non-approachable person. Maybe that's what I look like oftentimes, that people don't speak to me in these moments. Maybe this guy felt like he couldn't talk to me. Maybe he felt anxiety in the moment and he didn't know what to say, because maybe there's always a different way to look at it, you know. Practice self-reflecting. Practice not putting the blame on other people, because what if there really is no blame? What if there is no right or wrong? At the end of the day, there's perception. There can be a right and wrong, but in certain situations there really isn't a right and there really isn't a wrong. It's perception, you know. I encourage people to look into the mirroring effect, and that effect that it plays on an empath. It is so powerful. And if you are an empath and you are someone who feels deeply, you can try to do an uninsured motorist claim. I can mention that to my insurance provider and see what they say. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But the mirroring effect is so powerful, and if you are an empath and you feel things deeply, and you've had situations and you notice pattern behavior in your life, throughout your life, with certain people. Like for me, I am an extreme person in most ways, and I'm very black and white. I'm either all in or I'm all out. I either am really passive of a person or I'm not passive at all. Like and I'm practicing that balance as I go further in my journey of life, but that is something that has stuck with me. But I've noticed those around me tend to play that same role in my life, where they either really like me and they really love me, or they don't like me at all, and they're just instantly repulsed by me without me even having to do things. So I was recently researching the mirror effect and how that affects an empath, and it just shed so much light on certain relationships that have played out in my life, and it is so powerful. And if you're an empath and you've noticed patterns with people or situations that have continued to play themselves out in your life, with people, situations, and certain things, I would encourage you to look up the mirroring effect, because it is powerful, you know. And I look at knowledge as a powerful thing, and I just want to continue to absorb as much knowledge and continue to be understanding and continue to show the love even when I don't get the love. And that's the message that I want to leave with the people who watch this today, is that love even when you feel like you're not being loved. Forgive even when those around you can't forgive. Be able to look inwardly before you look outwardly, because you cannot fully help those until you've helped yourself, until you've understood yourself, until you've forgiven yourself, until you've looked inwardly. Stop putting on a facade and pretending like you're okay, and pretending like, and a lot of people do believe that they are okay, you know, because they have told themselves that lie so many times, day in and day out, to the point where they actually do believe, because it's buried so deeply within. But if you look at your relationships, your failing relationships, your current situation, the pattern behaviors in your life, and the situations and the people who you are involved with, the people who were once in your life, you'll see the wholeness in that, and you'll see a pattern in that, and you'll be able to go about certain things a different way. But stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. You know, it's okay not to be okay, but it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to feel pain, but understand the pain and grow through the pain. I believe that in my most painful situations in life, they have caused me to grow the most. They have caused me to look at life in such a different way. And I believe that we grow the most through our pain. I hope that you guys have a great day. I'm getting ready to pump my gas with my $23 left on my account, and I'm going to be broke for the rest of the week. I am definitely going to go home and write today, because I have a lot I want to write about. I'm just feeling a very just low feeling in this moment, and I don't want it to stay. You know, I don't want it to stick with me, so I'm going to go home and write. But have a great day.